Hi guys, so this video is not a tutorial. I'm just basically sharing how I make ball and socket joints. All these pictures in the beginning of the video are basically dolls that I've made using a single joint, and the single joint was made using this exact same ball and socket joint that I'm about to share with you guys. Sorry for the blurry pictures. They were all screen caps taken with my phone. So the clay I'm using today is Super Sculpey Original. It's the beige stuff. This is a very good clay for your prototypes. It's a really good clay for if you're practicing, but I wouldn't recommend making a doll, a permanent doll out of this clay because it's very brittle. But it's fun to work with and it's very easy for prototyping and for practice. So as you can see, I'm kneading the clay. The materials I'm using a box cutter, my measuring spoons, which is how I make all my ball joints, and I'm also using a toothpick to poke the hole in there because I don't feel like drilling after. For a cleaner, if I was sculpting an actual doll, I would not poke a hole with a toothpick. I would actually bake the doll solid and then use a drill to drill the hole in because it just looks cleaner and more finished when I use my Dremel, as opposed to if I poke the holes before baking. Quick tip: if you're using Super Sculpey or you're using any kind of polymer clay and you're using the measuring spoon technique, I recommend getting some kind of talc powder or cornstarch to dust the measuring spoon first before you actually shape your clay, because it just makes things go a lot smoother. So as you can see, this video hasn't been sped up. It's basically a real-time video, and I'm showing, hopefully successfully this time, how I go about shaping everything. I actually already shot this video before, but I lost a lot of the footage because my old camera, it really sucked. This is actually my cell phone, so every once in a while I would look into the lens to make sure I'm still in shot. It's not the best for recording, but I mean, you guys can see what's going on, right? So after shaping my sphere, I'm poking the toothpick in, and I'm just basically like sorry, my daughter just walked in. So I'm using the toothpick, I poke the hole in, and then I'm using a clay shaper to widen one part of the hole. You can use anything you want to widen, one part of the hole. The only reason why I do this is because I want a larger range of motion. If the hole is too thin, there won't be a lot of range of motion. Ignore what I'm doing with the box cutter. I'm just cleaning things up a little bit. You don't necessarily have to do this. If you're going to practice, making ball and socket joints, this is a very good place to start, because once you figure this out, you can pretty much sculpt anything you want. Just widening the hole for a larger range of motion. And yeah, I'm doing that. I mean, there's really nothing to it. Like I said, if you haven't sculpted a BJD before, this is a very good place to start. If you can figure out how to sculpt this and string it and it works, then you can sculpt and string anything you want to. Okay, so I'm actually using the underside of the spoon to create the socket. Actually, normally when I'm sculpting a doll, I use the actual part, the ball part that I sculpted, just to get the perfect socket to match the ball. But in this case, I'm just using the underside of the spoon because this isn't going for a doll and it really doesn't matter. Another tip, I'm not sure if this is going to make sense, but I want to try to explain as much as possible. If you notice, the part is a little bit thick. If possible, when you make your socket, make it a little bit thick in terms of depth, so that way there's more when you string the parts, there's more tension. Because if it's too thin, the part is going to be floppy, but the more depth you have, the more tension you get. I'm not sure if that makes any sense. I hope it makes sense. But yeah, tension, it is tension, and I no, not really friction, just the tension is what you need to get the parts to actually work. I'll try explaining that in another video when I show a different type of joint system for like the elbows and the knees and stuff. But yeah, tension. So now I'm just stringing the part to see if it works. This is pretty much where everything gets revealed, if this works. And you know, I mean, I know for a fact that it's going to work because I've sculpted many dolls with varying types of points of articulation. But like, if this is your first ever doll, if this next part is successful, then you can pretty much sculpt anything you want. Sorry I haven't been recording videos recently. Between the pandemic, taking care of my family, and homeschooling, I just really haven't had time to record, edit, and upload anything. And then I also have to do the voiceover because, you know, my microphone kind of sucks. Actually, this voiceover probably still sucks because I'm using headphones. I just can't afford better materials. Better recording stuff. I'm sorry, you guys. Like, this is really the best that I can do. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me here. Just because I'm not recording or I'm not uploading videos, that doesn't mean I'm not here. I'm still here, you know. I can still talk, you know, in the comment section or whatever. So feel free to ask me questions. I'm also very active on Instagram. I will put my Instagram handle down below for in the description section for anyone who's interested in following me on Instagram. Although, to be honest, I only post I used to post a whole bunch of stuff on my feed, not my feed, on my page, but now everything has been archived and I mostly post work in progress shots in the stories. So I just really like the 24-hour feature. Like, it's there for 24 hours and then it's gone. And then if I really like a sculpt, or I'm not too embarrassed by it, then I put it in my feed. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope it helped you guys learn something. I hope it helped. Bye.